What's going on, Raider Nation? The Raiders obviously beat the Jets. Very satisfying win, almost on all fronts. This was a game where it started out so strong, and it seems like Bill Musgrave must be one of the best first half managers, or sorry, offensive coordinators. They were flying. He was aggressive. I thought some of those throws, Carr. I mean, last week I thought those throws that were deep to Cooper were kind of fluky. That one where he caught it above against the Chargers, because a good safety makes that play. But this one, some throws were right on the money. That one throw to I think it was Andre Holmes. He threw the fade. Fades kind of get old, but there is a time to do it. Clearly there was enough coverage that they didn't have any zone help. So yeah, fade to that corner made a lot of sense. But then that one go route worked out perfectly fine too. Even Michael Crabtree, how about that guy? I had kind of low expectations for him. Luckily, it's a 1 year deal, and he's going to probably get paid somewhere else next year, which is fine. He's had to prove himself this year on a 1 year contract. So good for us in the short term. Good for him when he gets paid somewhere else. So I'm actually looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. The way I saw him have yards after catch. I mean, I've seen flashes of him. There's talent, but I think the year before, a couple of years before, he just wasn't motivated. The previous team was a toxic environment. Uh, yeah, the offense was really interesting. I thought Musgrave, when we first hired him, I thought he was going to be kind of a run-first name. He wasn't the most attractive offensive coordinator hiring, but now he's making a name for himself. This guy was. They were flying on that first half, and I thought, if it weren't for that one missed field goal, everything was perfect. I don't think they punted or had a turnover in the first half. So Carr, I'm starting to believe in Carr. I thought this was gonna be a hangover type of game where the Raiders would kind of come out flat, but they didn't. Todd Bowles is a good coach. He's had our number, and Ryan Fitzpatrick usually has our number. But arguably, the play of the game might be that one where Charles Woodson injured Fitzpatrick. They Once Geno Smith came in, I was feeling a lot better about the whole thing, and the thumb. I feel bad for Fitzpatrick, but it definitely helped the Raiders out because he's usually a Raiders killer when it's Fitzpatrick. He's had some pretty big wins or big games against the Raiders. So when he came out and they were one-dimensional with the run, the Raiders did a very good job stopping Ivory, who's been pretty good on the ground for the Jets. I mean, I still think the Jets are a decent team when Geno Smith is not starting. But the defense was shredded by Derek Carr and Amari Cooper. I didn't see any Revis Island that people were talking about. There was always this debate over Richard Sherman and Revis. Well, I think Sherman is clearly the better cornerback right now in the game. I didn't see anything with Revis this time around. They attacked him, and Amari Cooper was not scared of. Guy's been living up to his pick. I can eat some crow. I was in the minority who wanted Kevin White over Cooper. I'll eat some minor crow on this. So yeah, Cooper. It really has changed the offense. It's good to see Derek Carr get weapons, and I got to give credit to the offensive line. That's been the one unit of the Raiders who's been given pass protection, and that's why Carr's been doing what he's doing. Carr has made some very good touches on his throws this game. I was very impressed with what I saw. And the run. It took forever to finally stop the run, but they did it this time against the Jets. They really destroyed that. But yeah, once Geno Smith came in, it was easy sailing. I thought the clock management in that fourth quarter was a little dumb. I'm not saying to play conservative the whole way, but when there's like 6 minutes to go and you're up by 2 possessions, you got to play a little more conservative than pass, run, or I think it was 2 passes and a run play. They got to get rid of some clock seconds. Luckily, Geno Smith couldn't do anything. I mean, that one play where he just took the sack from DJ Hayden just says it all. There were some really stupid plays by Geno Smith when he should have not taken the sack. So, anyways, I'll take it. The Jets. I still think the Jets are a good team. People might say they're overrated, but Todd Bowles has them moving in the right direction, considering all the jokes they had the year before. So, really don't have anything against them. Good luck to them the rest of the way. I don't think, unfortunately, there's still ways to go in that division because we know who's the top team. But the Raiders beat the Jets at home, and you take care of business on your home field. I would say this is the first complete win in the Jack Del Rio era. I know the Browns game, it was getting close, a little too close near the end to say it was complete. They got a little laid back. Chargers game, we know they got a little laid back in that fourth quarter. It was a great game minus one quarter, but they got a little laid back there. And then the one against the Ravens was one of those bad defensive games we kind of expected. So it was a good come from behind win, but this one they played well for all four quarters, and no complaints. When you can play through four quarters and you don't have to worry about one last stand or one late offensive drive, then that's a complete win. So it's satisfying on all fronts for me because I always get worried about a tease, a big lead, and then suddenly it just blows up in your face. We've seen that happen this year with Tampa Bay. I think the Falcons have blown a lead like that. There's been some leads that have been blown up this year that were at least more than two possessions. So yeah, it's been very, very interesting. The Raiders, they look now like an 8-8 team. I still think 8-8, 7-9 is realistic right now. I'm still not going to take this team 100% seriously, but they did beat a good team today. The Jets, I think, are a good team. So they go out to Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh is not going to be an easy one. I know they're on a 2-game losing streak, and they have no Le'Veon Bell. But once again, I need to see it. I got to see our secondary play a lot better against an actual quarterback because Geno Smith is – there's nothing to brag when you beat Geno Smith. So they face a quarterback, whether it's Vic or Big Ben, it's going to be tough. Pittsburgh's got its weapons of its own. So yeah, we haven't won in Pittsburgh since that Lewis Murphy thing. The most of those Steelers wins we had were at home. So we'll see. I still think they're going to be dangerous despite the losing and everything. Cannot ignore the past weeks. You got to go with the task ahead of you. So no, I'm looking. Things are looking up, and that's a good sign. This team looks like it has a future. I just think in the short term we're going to go 8-8 or 7-9, and I'd be okay with that. It's better than just tanking and suck. You just don't play to tank. I'm sorry, you just don't do that. So Raiders, so far so good. Just keep up the good work, and I like what Del Rio has done. We'll see you guys later. Let me know what you thought of this game.